Hello, my friends. Hello, hello. How's it going? Look who is here. He's just sitting here. Let's see who is here. Nothing but G. Hello. Got a new keyboard and love it. Nice. Blue Crayon. Hello. Funzy. Hello. Hubert. Epsilon. Hello. Mick. Hello. ODM. Hello. Thanks for the 62 months. Damn, that's a long time. Buh. Unbelievable. Drua, what's up? Kiwi, you wanna say hi? He's sleepy. Oh, good boy. Okay, you can stay there. OMG Kiwi. Hi Kim. Thanks for the 16 months. How's it going, guys? Do you guys all have a good past week? I know I was away most of last week, pretty much all of last week. I didn't stream at all last week. Oh, he's leaving. Oh, bye. Okay. He decided it was time to leave. Oh, he's just sitting at the ottoman here. Okay. Alright, so tonight's build is going to be the Machina Cloudnine R2. So it's been some time since the R1. Actually, I'm kind of curious, when was it exactly? It was a good while back, right? Cloudnine. When did I post this? It was about a year and a half ago, almost. I built that last year in May. And so here we are with a R2 version of it. So here it is. I believe the box is sort of temp because this is clearly an orbit picture. Has the blocker, as you can see. But what's special today is that we got the version of the Cloudnine that is all in copper. So let's take a look. It's very heavy. We prepped some MX2A Browns with 62-gram springs and films. We got some Knight V4 stabs. I want to see like 6 months later with a humidifier on. I'm not getting to keep it, but maybe the designer can share. Rabbit can share photos. All right, let's unpack this. So let's see what we got. So it looks like here I have an alu plate. I believe I have some more hardware. This I believe is the wire. Should be a 6U wire if applicable. And here's the case. There are force brake pads. There is hardware and screws and bump-ons. There is the daughter board and USB. another one. There are the little like tadpoles of various colors and hardnesses. So there's like 4 different ones. And then here's the keyboard. All right, let's take this out. Okay. Can you test if the Knight V4 stems bottom out? How do I test that? Do I just test them stock? And then I just what, like, see if the bottom of the stem touches? All right. So there's our keyboard. There's our curved side profile. Familiar for those who have seen this. And here it is, the all copper version. It looks like we have a true HHKB layout with the longer blocker on the right side and the shorter blocker on the left side. And some engravings, Cloudnine 60%, designed by Machina in Sydney. And a little like serial number. And then we have a cover there for the daughterboard area and some brass weights. Again, the side. The back side, the bottom sort of wraps around to the back. The bottom is completely flat with some thick gray bump-ons. So there is the board. What's the price on this again? That's a good question. Let me take a quick look here. Did I get notes here or anything? Let's see, expand all. We just talked about timing. Let's look at Cloudnine 2 GB update. GB period, it starts this Friday. GB period October 17th through November 17th, so 1 full month. Delivers in Q2 of 2026. There is an EC kit with Dynacab that is currently under testing and will not be part of the GB, but will be offered later once the tests are finalized. Regional vendors are Novel Keys, Delta Key Co., Machina, and Geon Works. I'm building one, which is the copper version. Alex is building a stainless steel version on Wednesday. And then Scoop Bar and Captain Sterling are building a PC version, and Geon is building a cloud PC version. And let me see if I can see keyboard kits. Cloudnine 2. Here's the you can you can find it there. But let's see. So full copper $609 US, and full black stainless steel is $809 US. No variation between the layouts. This is PCB not included, just FYI. And let's see here. So let's see, we can actually see it here. Okay, so so you go to the catalog, keyboard kits, and then Cloudnine 2. The PC Amber starts at $259 US. Looks like the cloud is also $259, so PC starts at $259, And then if you go to the aluminum versions, depending on what you want for the bottom, you can have brass, $359, copper for $399, stainless steel for $489, and you do not have the option to do PC bottom. And then there are a few different options for this. There's porcelain, moon, charcoal, titanium, and raw. And pretty much all the specs over here. Basically it's silver, black, titanium, and then raw, which is clear anodized. And then you have clear PC and dyed PC, and then beige, which is a porcelain color. It's E-coat. Will this be unlimited GB? It appears to me it is unlimited. It doesn't say it's limited here. Group buy purchase. Refunds cannot be issued once the group buy has ended. Production will start following the group buy period. Yeah, it doesn't say it's limited. So I think it's unlimited. All right, let's go ahead and get the other parts. I believe I just have some more plates and stuff. I love this song. All right, so we have carbon fiber. We have, wait. This is carbon fiber, yes. We have another carbon fiber, I think. Let me check on the add-ons just to see if I didn't get it wrong. Yeah, carbon fiber. I think it is. Let's see. Yeah, we have black carbon fiber. And it looks like we have like the silvery carbon fiber. Oh yeah. Look at that. Pretty. Rabbit, hello. How are you? I know I catch you at a busy time. We also have Ultim, which is the proprietary name, but it's PEI. Forget the exact abbreviation. Oh wow, it's clear. It's actually not sandblasted. Clear cut, not blasted. Then we have our foam. We have case foam and plate foam. How are Ultim plates compared to other plastic plates? My experience on them is fairly limited, right? I don't know if anyone here has a little bit more experience than I do. I only tried it once in the Neo 80 CU. PEI won't be sandblasted in GB version? That's a good question. Let's see. Does it have any info here? Doesn't say. Maybe a rabbit can answer that question if he is avail. I think ultimately it's preference. Yes, it is. And then we have a solder PCB and a hot swap PCB. Do I want to do solder today? I'm not sure. Let's just show it though. So here's the solderable. Supports ISO and ANSI. Split and regular backspace, split and regular left shift, stepped and regular caps lock, 4 split right shift, so you can't do full right shift here, and then 6U and 7U, and yeah. Which combination of R2 do you anticipate to sound the best? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I personally, I'm actually not a huge guy on like steel cases and copper cases, right? Like the heavy cases, I am not as experienced in them because like most of the boards that I own are just aluminum cases. When we built the Cloudnine last time, what did I use? I think I did did I do just MX blocks on that one? Yeah, I did Nixies on alu that time, and that was pretty nice, I remember. But like, you know, aside from the classic stuff, you know, so like Browns on CF, MX blocks on alu, I'm actually not sure how to like predict how it would sound like in a full copper or like in a full steel case. So that's kind of like out of my realm of expertise, so to speak. I do enjoy like some linears on polycarb personally, but let me see what other plates do we have here. We have PC FR4. Some people enjoy doing like those either the full travel or the long pole like PC housing or even like nylon housing switches, like those Durock, JWK type or HMX type with FR4, some people like that. I haven't really done builds with copper or stainless steel plates, like the harder plates, for a long time. Don't really like how they feel. Just a little too heavy. PC, polypropylene, and POM are kind of similar. I would say POM is the most flexible out of all of them. And then PC has a kind of like brighter sound signature. Polypropylene has a slightly deeper sound signature to it in general. But PC and polypropylene, like between those two, I don't mind whichever. They like feel-wise, they're kind of closer to me. POM is a little bit softer than those two, though. And then yeah, so yeah, someone's mentioning half alu plate option, which is new for R2. Yeah, so half alu, I personally really like half alu builds with cherry switches, but that's just me. I really like the sound of like that plateless alpha section, so kind of a big fan of that. My experience with stainless anything is that it'll probably sound dead and high pitched. Yeah, it tends to be kind of like resonant and like it definitely like sort of dampens a lot of things just in general. Like back in the day, like in the old days, a lot of people would talk about doing like Cherry MX linear builds on stainless steel, like on those duck boards or like on the other boards, but I'm not a huge fan of them, to be frank. Like I had like several builds like that, and they're just kind of dead because they're just like too harsh. Yeah, clickies though sound kind of fun on stainless steel. I actually think stainless steel also is kind of fun with some tactiles, but not all of them. What would be your personal choice of an R2 unit? Oh, I can show you that. My personal choice in the R2 unit, I think I personally would go with what's this? Let me see. Moon silver, charcoal black. So either titanium or moon, personally. Between these bottom options, the machine stainless steel is super nice. But if I didn't feel like paying the premium, I would I would do silver and stainless steel, or titanium and brass. Yeah, I think either of those two probably my personal choices. I would go with True HHKB. I think this specific board design speaks like has a very particular aesthetic that is very appealing in HHKB. So personally, I really like HHKB for any of the configuration. Followed by Win keyless, and then followed by Win key, probably. I think the side that's like slightly curved looks better with the blockers in general. But yeah, True HHKB probably. But yeah, titanium brass, moon stainless steel. If I went charcoal, I would consider copper for the bottom. I think copper would look good. Stainless steel would look pretty nice too, but I think the contrast kind of heavy on the reflections like a lot. So I think copper, sandblasted copper would look pretty good with this. The E-beige, I would say copper, kind of give it a lot warmer tone. For raw, probably stainless steel. And then for the PC versions, they're just the PC versions, right? So you have to like pair those together. But yeah, myself, definitely silver and stainless steel, followed by titanium and brass. That'll be my choice. Diego, thoughts on Cherry China switches from now on no longer German made? Do I give you my honest opinion? I mean, if you are talking about, strictly speaking, manufacturing capacity, I'll be honest with you, China has the best manufacturing worldwide, period. I don't think any country beats China in terms of manufacturing volume and like capacity, volume, and refinement over time. Like I just think China just does it better than everybody else. So yeah, cherry switches made in China I think will be probably maybe even better. You know? So I actually don't think it's a bad thing. So yeah, I don't really mind. I don't really mind that it's like that. Yeah, it's fine. Let them move to China. It's fine. It's totally cool with me. Okay. Man, too many nice 60s lately? Okay, so I'm not sure. So I think the classic combo is to go with, like, some people will say MX Browns with carbon fiber, but the PEI is kind of interesting too. I don't think I've tried tactiles with the PEI plate, the Ultim plate. So maybe that's another choice that we can choose from. What do you guys think? Please use a good reference build since it's full copper. So, a good reference build. I feel like there's a lot of brown and CF builds out there, right? So it could be a reference with other boards. So how do you guys feel about CF and Cherry MX Browns? Or yeah, Aloe is fine too. I'm okay with either. I mean, I'm not picky about this. Poll? Sure, let's poll it. All right, let's poll it. So MX Browns on. It's CF, PEI. Okay. Yeah, PEI, Alu. Right? That's the three materials here. Okay, so in the meantime, let us let's maybe start prepping some stops. Thank you for calling PEI because it's not Ultim. So Ultim, so the thing is, okay, so I obviously have a habit of preferring generic names, basically the non-branded name over the branded name, if at any time possible. This is like calling Palm Delrin because Delrin is the branded name, you know, or like, you know, acetaminophen, right? Like medications, right? It's the same. It's the same idea. I prefer calling things by their generic name, just in general, because it's not always the branded thing, and second, it also is kind of like you don't need to make the association just with the branded thing. So I personally just think the generic name is the most appropriate name. Bandage, Band-Aid, that kind of stuff, yeah. Do you have a Cloudnine R1 on hand for comparison? No, I did not keep the one I built like a year and a half ago, so no, it was not for me. So I don't have a Cloudnine R1. I have an Orbit, like the first Orbit, but yeah. Oh wow, very few votes for CF today. Ooh, Alu and PEI are pretty close. Looks like PEI is gonna be on top though from the poll, 9 to 6 to 1. Prince Edward's Island plate. Do you call Kleenex tissue or vice versa? I just say give me a tissue, and I say give me Kleenex if there's Kleenex. But I usually just say tissue is fine. Tissue is like a very fine, like okay word to use. All soda is Coke. Lots of Canto songs. It's a Canto pop playlist, so yeah. Lots of Canto songs because the playlist is Canto pop. If I say soju, what brand are you thinking of? Man, there's so I actually think of all of them. Didn't know you were so cultured. I wasn't until I was like this. I learned a lot about Cantopop like in my college years. And then I got introduced to it because I just had friends who, you know, obviously were like, you know, Chinese American, like Cantonese American, or like from Hong Kong, and oh, they introduced me to the music. I don't know. I think for soju. Okay, one sec. So I need 3 steps. Can I get the Discord server links for artisans that you sent that one guy? Can you DM me on Discord? I'll send them to you later. If I take no-name Tylenol, will I still get autism? Vinkeys, have you considered that perhaps we can't stray further away from the light? Have you considered that perhaps we have already hit rock bottom and we are only going up from now? Both you and myself? Or perhaps have you considered that everyone else is much better than we are? Riddle me this: acetaminophen or paracetamol? Acetaminophen, preferably. I mean, at least for painkillers, I think acetaminophen is my #1 choice. No, we can sink further? Interesting. Did I miss anything? Do you call your car a vehicle? Oh, come on now. So whatever happened to copper being poisonous to the touch and everyone making copper boards now? I think this is coated though. I think it's been coated. Right? I mean, otherwise it would have already feel like it would have tarnished, right? How much of a premium is it to use non-stock GMK colors? There's no formula that's known to us, basically. It's all within GMK's calculations to figure that out. But in general, it is more expensive to do custom, and it is more expensive, for example, to do R5 bottom row for GMK. And obviously, you know, number of keys and things like that. Heard about it on a Teja stream. You can tell how long ago that was. I have no idea. I had no idea people used to say this. Oops. Okay, so when he was building the Clabby Alice with a copper plate, I think. Well, that's wild. Never heard of this before. All right. Mama Hoo Hoo, hello. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Okay. Drua, you said you wanted me to test whether night stabs bottomed out or something? How do I do that again? I just assemble them stock and then put them on the PCB. I guess I can do that. That's not hard. Put the stems on a 2U keycap and then put a switch on the PCB. If you press... Oh, just the stems? Oh, just the stems, okay. Just the stems. Alright, just the stems. On a 2U. Got a backspace here. So, stems on a keycap. And then a switch on the PCB. I'll put it in the 2U section. And then press down on the switch and see if the stems... Is it all the way at the bottom? Yeah, there. No, it doesn't bottom out. People say that they get bothered by TX stabs bottoming out or something, right? Or TX, was it TX AP only? I forget which ones, but I don't really get that bothered by it, but yeah. Might just be because I don't hit off center as much, perhaps? I don't know. I mean, they go down at the same time, so I don't think it really matters, but at least for me, it hasn't really bothered me too much. Because as long as it's not making like a separate ticking sound that I you know, that you hear like when wires do the same thing, then I don't really get bothered. All TX tabs do? Oh, okay, okay. All TX tabs do. Yeah, but I don't really get too bothered by it. Not too even. Just don't really even know about it. So, in regular use at least. Bet if you're looking for it though, you probably will know. This is from the CDC. Please do this. I'm so scared. If you work with copper, wear the necessary protective clothing and equipment, and always follow safety procedures. Shower and change your clothes before going home each day. Okay. I'm going to shower, guys. I touched copper. It's too late. It's Jover. I will become radioactive or something. Wash streamer. Oh, hello, Mr. Ankit. How are you, buddy? How come people design MX stabs with all these problems? I don't know. What are 2025's best stabs? I feel like most people will say 3 of them. They will say night stabs, Type Plus stabs, and cherry stabs probably. I think that's what people always talk about, right? Recommend these days. Cherry stabs just being a default that like just been there and this just worked. Did your 10x10s show up? Yes. I haven't filled them up though. I haven't I have them unpacked, but I haven't like populated them because I wanted to like do it in an orderly fashion, but I just haven't had the time. I was out all of last week. Oh my god. If I had to tell you about work, I don't want to really talk about work, but basically I was on a business trip last week, like Tuesday to Thursday, but basically I woke up at like around 6 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m. every day, and basically was doing work like for most of the day. And we also had to drive, so there's a lot of driving and a lot of standing, and I had to move a bunch of stuff, and yeah, just a lot of physical work too on top of that. It's very tiring. Diego, have you tried Norbauer stabs yet? No, outside of seeing the... I think the last time I interacted with the Norbauer stuff was at KeyCon of last year. Not this year. Last year, I think I saw the Seneca development stuff briefly. And then I haven't really seen Ryan at a meetup after that since. Dude, my parents visited me this weekend, so I took PTO today, but we just had a release, and I'm having to help out on Fallout cleanup now. Oh, shoot, dude. That shit's horrible. I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, this past, like, last week and this week for me, for work, it's like, ugh. For whatever reason, we have these, like, off-site business trips always scheduled around the same time we have, like, basically like quarterly things, and it's always very chaotic just in terms of like people having to do everything and unexpected things popping up left and right. But I think by like this Thursday I should be like good. Are you still the only eng? Yeah. Yeah. It's okay though, actually. I think my tasks, like, the tasks by themselves are actually not bad. They are actually, like, pretty manageable. It's just, like, when we have that crunch period, it just gets kind of, like, hectic, because it's, like, I'm the only one who has the technical, like, expertise for that specific thing. But, the tasks themselves are actually not bad. It's just, like, the accumulation of them that sucks. I've kind of, like, learned my way to, like, manage some of the more complex things without issues. Ankit's in the workforce now, and I'm really fucking feeling fucking old. Yeah, Ankit's it's adulting now. Has joined our club here. No, I'm scared. Do not die. You guys funny. Fellow wage cucks. Yeah. It's okay. To be quite frank with you, I do not have issues with, like, work-life balance per se, because it's not like my hours are bad. It's only when it gets busy. So it's, like, honestly not that bad. Can't complain. But I do hope things go well this year, though. Or the rest of this year. Just for the closing. How are your orange cats? I only have one orange cat, and he is currently, I guess he's washing himself. I see him licking away at his fur coat. He's very particular about it. Very, very particular. It's very thorough. He's doing well though. He's been enjoying life. My partner has lately been, you know, at home a lot, so he's been enjoying the company, and we have a bird feeder, although it's been rainy, so not as many birds now. But he enjoys daily life. And JD Tiger? JD is over there. You can't see him from here, from this angle, but he's there. He's doing all right. He's doing pretty well too. I keep him safe and free of dust. Let's see, what are these? Are these Phillips? Yep. Phillips screws. Damn, kind of forgot about JD. Yeah, I know. He's around though, JD. JD, my boy. He's doing all right. Looks like I'll need a few of these washers. It is true that Kiwi has sort of taken the orange cat legacy. But no, they get along. It's so funny. At the beginning, Kiwi was like kind of scared of JD. Like he was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then he was like, "Oh, it doesn't move. Okay, it's fine." JD's appreciated, but Kiwi's Kiwi. That is true. I mean, Kiwi's something else. For real. He's so smart. Genuinely, what always impresses me about Kiwi is like he's so damn smart. Oh, got warm here. I got 2 new kittens myself a month ago. One is also an orange guy. Oh, hell yeah. Kittens, though, do they have the kitten energy? Do they run around a lot and, like, go crazy at night and stuff? Because kittens are always a handful. Kiwi's not really a kitten anymore, though, so he doesn't do that nearly as much. Enough to tire out my adult cat? Oh, nice. That's cute. Alright. Cancel Meow Kid and I'll start a podcast? Alright. Second PEI play that I'm doing. The first one I did on that Neo 80CU a little while back, and now this is the second one on this Cloudnine. Just wiping this like weird adhesive material that was on it off. Okay, it's a little better now. This should be a nice build too, though. PCE or like similar plastic plates and mixed browns tend to go pretty nicely with each other, so. Huh? Yes, MX browns. No play fork. What a mad lad. It's okay. It's all about strategic positioning for the plate. This one is like the top housing is not nearly as well closed. You just need to place them starting from sort of like the middle and then go out. But yeah, not really necessary if you do it in like good order. Back in my day, we didn't have forks. Yeah, exactly. I'm used to actually not using them, but they are convenient to use. There's no denying that. They are super convenient. Is that a PEI plate? I haven't tried this material yet. Yes, it is. I should update that build command, eh? Where is it? So I'll just type it in. Go. Actually, not 100% sure. I'm assuming it's this one or that one. Let's test these guys. Hyperglides are MX2A. I believe these are MX2A. Do you rarely use sub 60% layouts? Yeah, it's pretty rare for me. Oh wait, these spacebars won't work. I don't think these are. I don't think I have a 6U here. I need to get a 6U spacebar. We'll go get one in just a sec. Centered 6U. Very nice. Okay, give me a sec. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a 6U key real quick. Wait, actually, let me see. Do I have one here? This is 6 here. I think I was looking for. You hear the League World song? No, because I don't follow League. GM is a singer this year? Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. I see, I didn't know that, but that's nice. That's pretty cool. Why does this spacebar feel so tight on this? It's like such a tight spacebar. Oh, there we go. Okay. The rest of the switches in now. Fully closed. Okay, switches all in, and gotta solder these up. All right, let's get those soldered up. drink a little water. And maybe get my fume extractor. Okay, I'm gonna move the mic over here. Okay. Diego, please help me find Blue Alert R2 extensions. I need. Oh, really? Are they hard to find now? Already? I feel like it hasn't even been that long. Bro, it's been hard? Really? Should have bought them during GB? No, even after GB, I feel like they weren't that hard to get for a bit. Is already hard to get though? That's crazy. Didn't realize. Like, let's say you miss GB, fine, you know? But I thought they were like in stock here and there too. See a lot of people asking for it, myself included. Huh. Okay. I mean, if I see one, I'll let you know. Also, wait, which one's your what's your Discord username? Otherwise, I don't think I'll know. So some people have like different Twitch and Discord usernames, and like they're like, oh yeah, hey, let me know if, and I'm like, I don't remember everyone's Discord versus Twitch username if it's different. It's so hard to figure out. Okay, I'm just gonna double check the positioning of this guy here. Okay, so that's 1U and 1.5. Okay, should be fine, but just to double check. Check. Oh my god, I missed an hour. It's okay. It's not like you missed much. What's your Discord name, Diego? It is different from my Twitch one, okay? I know that. Damn it, this guy. Trying to get me there, huh? I know. Can I see the case? It is full copper, yes. Yeah, you can see the case. Here. All these posers out here with different names, like myself. Miago 11 and lightning keywords. So they give a price for it? Yeah. I believe we just saw earlier on the listing that it's at 609, was it? Let's see. I can link it to you right here. And the product page for the regular one right here. Actually, let me update the how about I just link here? Oh crap. Edit, command, build that. This, and then this. There you go. Oh crap! The plate thing didn't go through. I'll update it on my end. It's onto a PEI full plate. There. It's updated now. Oh, hello, Alex with the raid. Hello, welcome, raiders and viewers. Hello, hello. Alex, hello. I hope you had a good stream. You had a good weekend as well. Hi, Kim. Miaogunim. Hello, Insty. How's it going? Ice Water, hello. Kojaks, hello. Mupits, hello. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, yes. I did not get the day off, but happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Well, today is Monday. Yes, today is Monday, yes. Well, Monday here. Different day elsewhere, perhaps. Just got tangled up a little. Happy Land Back Day. Oh, banned that pen too, I think. Just gotta unseat that one switch. I remember. We back on the Canto Pop, let's go. Yeah, just kind of felt like it, you know? Today, the weather today here sucked. It was like rainy. It's like, you know, like when it's like coldish and rainy. Ugh. But it was like all day too, so yeah, Canto Pop back on the list for a day like today. Bro, the nor'easter is killer? Yeah, it's been annoying. It's been annoying. It's okay. It finally cool. It's finally feeling cool enough for a day in October. So there's that at least, because we basically got like summer 2.0 and at the end of September. But yeah, just annoying to deal with though. Please send rain vibes to California. I'll take all the rain I can get over here. I wish you guys got all the rain from here. Because don't really feel like we desperately need it or anything. It would be nice if we could just move it over. so I had a couple of switches. I needed to reseat this one. And this one. Who needs some rain? Can you please take some Korea rain? It has been raining for the past 10 days. Damn. Also in Korea, when it rains kind of hard, usually. Here, when it rains, it's like the annoying rain where it like rains sort of like lightly but sideways, so it continuously just hits you in the face. And it like kind of like stays in the air, like floats along. And no matter what you do, it just kind of seems to follow like the front of your face. And it's like, excuse me? Can I like commute without feeling annoyed? That's a lot of rain. Once they announced possible storm, people panicked and raided the supermarkets. Wait, where is this? Oh, New York. Oh, I mean, I don't think people are that sensitive to it. Really? You think people are that sensitive to it here in New York? I mean, I'm in the city too. I don't feel like that. I don't know about other people, but... Yes? No way. Most of the dumbest people in the country live? Hold up. You saying that about us? About New York? Most of the dumbest people live in New York? I mean, okay, that might be true. If you factor me in, it might go from not as dumb to dumbest. Yeah, I agree now. Hey, you're right. Yeah, some of the dumbest people in the country do live here. Yeah, I agree. Diego Tommy hot. Oh my god. No. Okay, let's test our thingy here. Okay, let's see. Is this on Via or Vial or whatever it's called? Nope. Is it on Via? Maybe it is, but it's okay. Maybe there's no JSON file for the PCB. I'll just test it as is. Okay, everything looks good there. Okay, seems to work. I don't know about. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. There. All right. Diego, please try Geon Raw Zeros if you haven't already. Makes mods feel ridiculously stable. Zero wobble, quote unquote. I need to find out what that is. What is a Geon Raw Zero? Raw Zero switch. Linear lubed or unlubed. 62 gram bottom out. Oh, that's nice. Okay, it's a long pole. I don't really do that many long poles, but I can try it. 3.4 mil, palm top housing, single stage spring, PA66 bottom housing, stem material UPE, 5 pin. Cool. How much are they? 38 cents on Geon's website. Yeah, I could try. Could try sometime. It's all I ever use for my mods now. Oh, so you do, you always do these raw zero switches on your modifiers. That's nice. Yeah, I think, yeah, long poles do suffer from a little bit of that wobble problem, right? I'm so used to now, like, still modding all my switches, like my cherry or like my full travel switches with like springs and films, so I usually don't have too many issues, but yeah. All right. Let us open up this board. So this board has the screws hidden by the bump-ons. So you can just peel them off. Insty says, Diego, have you seen the new board by designer? You can suck these nuts! Suck my dick. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I saw that and I was like, ah, yes. I'm pretty sure I saw this joke somewhere not long ago. Is this a torque screw? No, it's a hex, I think. It's hex. I think if you had told me this one like 3 days ago, I think 3 days ago, I would have fallen. I would have definitely not known right away. But I literally saw it like 2 days ago. So just a little late, Incy, just a little late. It's okay. You're so close. Okay, wow. We have these fairly small screws here. 4 screws holding the world together here with a full copper. Oh my god, even the top piece is heavy. Okay, so let's so this is all copper. I can measure the pieces separately actually. If you want me to weigh it, if you want to know what it weighs, I can tell you. Give me like a second, I'm gonna get the scale. If you're curious. Okay, Atlas screws. Yeah. They're just really holding on to it. All right, so here the bottom piece alone. What's the density ranking between brass, copper, and stainless steel? If I recall correctly, copper and brass are very similar, and stainless steel is denser, right? Yeah, let's see. Steel density 7.5 to 8 grams per centimeter cube. Copper is, oh no, is copper denser? Is more dense actually. 8.94. Brass is between 8.5 to 9. Brass is a copper alloy. So that's why they're very similar. But steel density does vary, right? Let me see if they go any further up. Steel. Let's look. Steel density can vary between 7.75 and okay, yeah, like 8. So yeah, so actually copper and brass are more dense than steel by about 1 gram per cubic centimeter. But I assume it probably depends on like the specific type, right? I'm assuming there are specific things about them. But generally speaking, steel a little bit less dense than copper and brass. So if this full copper is thumpy, we can expect more thumpy from stainless steel? Maybe. Silver 10.5, silver keyword when? I don't know. Wow, we took so long it turned off. Okay, let's do this. Is this in grams? Yeah, it's in grams. Alright. Grams first. Bottom piece is 2.14 kilos. That is a lot of kilos. That's 4 pounds and 12 ounces approximately, with the little brass weights inside. No cables, no hardware, nothing else. Just the bottom piece. And then the top piece, is 2 pounds and 4 ounces. That's 1 kilogram. So 1 kilo just for the top piece alone. So now, if we do the whole thing, right? So basically, I'm just gonna like lay it on top for now, right? I'm just gonna like lay it on top like this, just for like, just for, you know, just like kind of like just to get a sense for it. But the total weight is around 3.4 kilos here. You know, plus minus a few grams here and there. But yeah, like 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds. So quite a heavy board for just you know, a 60%. It's pretty heavy. All right, let's go ahead and actually put it together. So take this away for a sec. And yeah, about a pound heavier than my TKL. That's kind of crazy, bro. I'm a little afraid of these screws. It's such a heavy board to be held by 4 corner screws, but I'm sure it's been tested, right? Okay, so oh, screws are already in there. Oh, how handy. Love this board. Oh, Regalicious, hello. "2025 is a year of the true HHKB. I've been enjoying seeing the love for true HHKB lately. It's been nice to see it. Like, you know, it's just been cool that people like that too, you know. Also, I think the USB port would go down this way for this one. Yes. Protrudes down. Oop. I think the board I'm using right now is about as heavy as the top case. Right. Yeah, no, it's these full steel or full copper or full brass cases end up being so heavy. It's a layout I was missing. I snagged around 1A60s to fix the gap in my collection. For me, my true HHKB is my HHKB. I actually wanted to show you guys something cool. So one of the HKBs I have here is a nice one. It's a special one because it has a signature by AET Wada. This is a Black Pro 2. But yeah, I most of my true HKB stuff I really just have regular HKBs. So pretty nice. Yeah, that was fairly recent. Okay, let's see here. Let's cover that up. I was tempted by that Ramone 60. It looked very cute, but I do have a lot of boards, so I was like, must exercise self-control over here. Hold on. This cable is a little longer than I prefer. So I'm gonna maybe just tuck a little bit of it in here. Just to give it some extra slack in there. And then secure it. I'm missing a true HKB. Cloudnine is the one. Alright. Okay, so need to look at the add-on page over here. So tadpoles, I got. Okay, let's also put these on. These are the force brake stickers that are included in the kit. These are adhesive and can just go on your case. So the easiest way, in my opinion, is just put them on the bottom case. Just maybe I'll grab some tweezers for this for more careful placement. I have an HKB, but I don't count since that's purely for work. I got shamed for this by Diego about Topper not counting in the collection. Yeah, I mean, isn't it technically still a keyboard? I really just bought it for cheap and just for the office. We all do this thing with Topper. I think almost everyone who has both MX and Topper does the thing where they take the Topper to the office and use Topper in the office because it's perfectly indistinguishable from other like rubber dome boards, and it just has that like regular office look. Other than, you know, I guess the HKB with the layout being weird is kind of whack, but definitely gives that vibe. Bro, I be bringing my loudest clanker to work. Nice. What do you bring to work, actually? Well, what do you have at work? What are you using at work? Kind of curious. This guy is banging on a Model M, Model F. Yeah, HKB has been the staple office board for everyone for many years. Anyone who does Topper and MX has that setup for sure. But anyway, I think now with the age of custom EC, MX EC, right, like the crossover of boards, we'll definitely see people doing that more, and kind of maybe it will be more appealing for people too. Okay. I ain't trying to have someone drop my keyboards. That is true though. Bringing Topper to work is convenient because it is, it's nice to just kind of have something low key, and if something happens, it's replaceable too, relatively. FC980C for me at work. Need an actual numpad. Oh, nice. Okay, so I got these 4 tadpoles. So I think that's the blue one is 40A, white is 50A, yellow is 70A, and black is 80A. What do we want to go with? Something firm or something light? I feel like the plate is... I usually always try to go opposites. So it's like plate is soft. Maybe go with something of firmer mounting, but not like, you know, not too firm. Maybe like something on the firmer side. So like, you know, maybe like this one for the yellow one could be nice, the black one, and then, you know, like a stiffer plate and a softer mounting. I'm leaning towards yellow, so it kind of like goes all together, ties it up nicely, and it's not the firmest one, but technically you can go there. I personally think usually the difference between like something like these guys, like the 70A and the 80A, is pretty minimal. The difference is much more apparent when you go with something like, you know, between 40 to 80 or like, you know, 50 to 70 even. But like 10A difference, usually not that noticeable. Okay, so for these, what I like doing is I like placing them, clipping them onto the plate first. So basically these guys will get kind of like aligned at the bottom case, and then they just, you're basically just fitting the top case above it. Petrichor recently for the numpad. Oh, that's a nice one. Petrichor is a great workhorse type of board, I think, layout wise and just about in every aspect. That's a good one. A lot of I really like a lot of AKB's boards, like in general. Like AKB does some nice designs, in my opinion. That white 25th Annie HKB though, man. Oh, you really like the Snow White ones? What's your favorite mounting style in a TKL? Personally, top mount. Top mount first, and then in some builds, I really like O-ring. So like I have a few boards that have O-ring mount on them. Like I have O-ring on a Browns on carbon fiber build, and then I also have O-ring with Browns on polycarb. I really like tactile builds with O-ring mount. And then but like traditional like alu, like MX Blacks and alu type of stuff, I do really like top mount better. But you know, I do also like do different plates with like MX Blacks and stuff like that too, which is also fine. Okay, so I'll put the little tadpoles, and then you want to plug in your JST. Simple, and then just gotta line it up so they line up, kind of sit, and then so here you just want to look out for anything catching or anything like that. So what I usually do is kind of press down like this just to see if there's any clearance issues, so I don't feel anything like catching or anything like that, so that's good. Gasket double low on ironically sounds good. Yeah, I mean, there is a reason why that board was pretty hyped. It was actually pretty good. Weightless, a very simple O-ring mount, fairly resonant, all alu case with no bump on cutouts. Also, it was super simple, like deadpan, simple. Didn't even have a daughter board. It was just centered USB, if I recall correctly. But yeah, that board was hyped for a reason. Okay, and then you know, just kind of line this up, making sure that your tadpoles don't get compressed kind of like in the middle, without like, you know, like they like sort of bend like this if you don't line them up. So that's should be good. Looks pretty good to me. I take Browns are your favorite switches. I actually think MX personally, linears are better than tactiles. If I want tactiles, I would do Alps, or Topre. But I think MX Browns are unique in the MX world because they're so light, and essentially because they're like, yeah, because they're essentially like so subtly tactile. It's really not much tactility like at all, but it's subtle enough that it kind of stands out. I like it for that reason. But personally, I think linears are better on MX than tactiles on MX. There's other linears out there, right? Like Alps has linears, Space Invaders, and like other things. But if I have to just say MX, then I think linears on MX are probably the better kind of switch among the different styles. Have you tried Dynacaps EC? I have. I tried the Blue Ridge from you know, the maker of Dynacap, from Clever, and I also tried Dynacap on like at meetups and then like in some other like other few things. The Blue Ridge was honestly really nice. I personally think Dynacap is probably one of the most exciting developments in EC that I've seen in recent years. You know, like it's completely custom. It's like aimed towards being approximated to like an OEM like experience with MX compatibility, no interference, all that stuff. You know, all the stuff that they marketed to be. And I think it kind of like does accomplish that. So I think it's pretty cool. That said, it's not an OEM replacement per se. It's actually for MX compatibility, MX Keycap compatibility, and the fact that you can actually do that without the interference is super exciting. So it opens up a lot of like customizability options. But for the people who actually always have loved OEM and just OEM, like myself for the most part, Dynacap doesn't add that much. In fact, but it's kind of like a very like broadening new tech, new innovation in this space, which is good because it makes it more approachable. So our MX Orange Kiwi's favorite switches. Last time Kiwi typed on the keyboard, he scratched me, so I'm not sure if he likes keyboards that much. He likes putting his fur on them. Alright, which there was an option to separate PC top bottom cases, copper top versus PC bottom would go hard. You know, that would actually go pretty hard, yeah. Although, yeah, I would say, yeah, copper top, PC bottom, yeah, that would work. I would say I would never do, I would not do the opposite, which would be PC top and heavy metal bottom, because that ends up with something that's really prone to stripping, because the screws are currently going into the top piece. So yeah. So like some bull said PC top, copper bottom, C9. I think that the problem with that one is, yeah, you end up with a really heavy bottom on a PC top, which, yeah, I mean, you could have inserts, maybe like threaded inserts or whatever, but even then, threaded inserts have a lot of failure rate in being placed, so it makes the manufacturing part very complicated. But yeah, it's just kind of iffy because it pulls down too much. All right, folks. What keycaps do we put on this? I don't know what I have that has a 6U, but I'll do my best to check if I have all the spacebar stuff. I bought the Wingtree light tactiles. They say similar to Browns. I heard those are good. I saw I think it was Patricia Shinshin Wong who was trying the Wingtree ones. They look pretty good. If you want to speedrun the keyboard hobby, then build an MX Linear Easy Tactile and Alps Clicky. Yeah, that's a pretty solid rec. OEM top tier MX Easy can come close to sound. They're just different. Like MX Easy and OEM Easy, very different. It's because of the way the keycaps attach to them. Yeah. GMK Copper? Okay, yeah, we can do GMK Copper. I actually do have GMK Copper, so I do have GMK Earth Tones too. Actually, I don't have Cap Midas. I do have Dolchar 5. Okay, these are all pretty solid. Rex should be okay. Shear force are what you should worry about, and it looks like the top covers the bottom, so it's contained. Oh, that's true. Ninewalker does make a good point. Shearing, which is, you know, like side forces like this, like lateral forces like this, that would be something to worry about. But yeah, the top does cover the bottom for the most part, so that would help. Fundamentals, that's a good choice too. All right. Let me just actually double check that Fundamentals has the 6U spacebar that we need. If not, but I'll do a poll for this right now. Give me like 2 seconds here. Key sets. Fundamentals. Oh, I do have spacebars. Okay. All right. So I'll put a few options. So keycaps, copper, Dolch, fundamentals, and I think someone said earth tones, right? And earth tones. All right. Go ahead and vote. GMK Abstract might look good. That would be a good set. I don't have it though. I didn't get the set from. That's a Key Machine set, right? The new one, GMK Abstract. I think I saw that. I think I saw Alex put a pretty nice picture of that one. Look really good. It looks like Copper's about to win, I think. I'm gonna start getting that ready. I wonder if someone will get this Copper unit, strip the coating, and let it sit until it turns green, and then put on GMK Copper. I have to say, not a fully forced patina, but like a, you know, relatively natural looking patina with the copper, like sort of like bringing the bluish tones out of the copper patina would look pretty nice, pretty cool. But patina is kind of like, you know, randomized results, so sometimes it might not look as good. But yeah, this song low-key kind of creepy. Yeah. There was a time I was like looking up lyrics because I don't understand all the songs, and I was like, oh, that's what it's about. I'm like, oh yeah, back in the day they would write like this. Hey girl, look over here. Yeah, all right, I'll be right back. I'll bring copper. All right. Okay, we're back. Let's hope I have the space bars that I need. Okay, so let's see, spacebar kit. Okay, yeah, I do. Okay. I didn't. I did. Okay. Copper. Okay, so I also actually got the R2 kits, but just a child kit here. So I also have like, unfortunately the metallic space bars don't really work for this because these are 625 and 7. But I did get the Greek alphas to try out. You can do those. Just in case anyone cares, mechanicalkeyboards.com has a bunch of basic GMK color spacebar kits on sale. Oh, nice. Oh, on sale. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty sweet. Alright, let's try the Greek one. Kinda haven't seen a Greek kit since Greek Beige, obviously. And I think Evil Eye also had some Greek on it. But yeah. I want Greek wob. Oh, that would actually look pretty good. That would be nice. Someone should run it. I don't want to be the guy who runs it, but someone should run it. That would look pretty good. Actually, does this have 1.5U supers? I don't think so. Okay. Any plans to run something soon? Honestly, no. Just like in general, I don't really have much desire to run anything in particular. So I pretty much want to run things when I feel like I want them myself, right? So I haven't felt that desire in particular, which is a good thing. Like, and I guess more importantly, like, it's just kind of a lot to figure out, so just been kind of lazy about it, so no. GMK JD Tiger. Something that's, yeah, something that's like that could be fun. I don't disagree. Greg with the whiskers and orange. Let me see, I'm gonna put these supers here, but might maybe use some novelties there. GMK beige, and it's just all U9. Isn't that basically what Winkler is, but it would be black legends instead of blue? Winkler is actually a pretty nice set. I actually don't have the set, but I've seen a lot of the pictures of it, and it looks super nice. GMK Winkler. That last number key. Okay. At first was sad, not a 1-to-1 match, but happy now. Big fan of this. Yeah, this is looking pretty sweet. Should we try this? Let's try this copper metallic accent. I kind of like how it's kind of different from the rest. It is R3, right? Yeah. Subtle. I think let's keep it relatively simple. Do that. What's your thoughts on the PI plate on the Neo 80CU? When I tried it, it was pretty sweet. I think it went really nicely with the sound of the Cherry MX Orange switches that it had. So personally, I liked it. It is sort of like a is sort of similar to polycarb in some ways. Maybe like, I'm not sure how to explain the difference in sound because I haven't compared it 1-to-1. But overall, it was pleasant with that build. I liked it. It wasn't particularly harsh, or like polycarb can sound a little bit very bright that people don't really love, but PI didn't have as much of that characteristic, I would say. But it was still like kind of like this clacky, bright sounding combo. So I enjoyed it. But that said, if you've tried other plastic plates, like, it's not like you're missing out, I would say, but it's a fun material. All right, and then let's put some caparoos on this. Something coppery, copper. These are kind of coppery. This is not quite the copper that I want. Let's see if I have something else around here. Something to suit this. Maybe I'll go with something cute on one side. Anyone try those cherry firefly yet? I have not personally. Wait, is this gonna mount? Fine. Okay. This cute little guy on this side, and then on the other side, maybe I'll go with this Exo Boy. A little bit of color, kind of greenish. All right, let me move this away. Actually, hi Kiwi. He was just here to eat some. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Looks like ads are gonna hit in like a 10 seconds or so. So I'm just gonna prep the screen for typing, but it's gonna run for a minute. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do to stop it, unfortunately. So just let it run, and you'll be back in a minute, and we'll do the typing sound. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. So I think the ads are literally about to run, so I'm just gonna wait for that to happen. And I'll catch up with the chat real quick. Any real difference between MX Black and Orange? None other than the stem and the spring weight, yes. Color is very buh. Cherry doing recolors now? Yeah, we have reached that era now. It's the new era of Cherry is recolors, just like everybody did at some point. How unusable is the weight? You mean the weight of this keyboard right now? It's like insanely heavy. It's like you can see my muscles tense up from lifting this. It's so heavy. It's like over 7 pounds. So it's like it's kind of inconvenient to move around. So it's like once it sits on the desk. You know? Drop test while everyone's away. So heavy. Very, very heavy. But yeah, once it's on the desk, it doesn't really move. No reason to move. So yeah. One thing is if you drag it on your mat, the bump-ons can come off, but they're not adhesive, so you can just plop them back on pretty easily. Like if you just drag them without lifting the board. There's that. Okay, I think people should be back now, so let's do this typing. Alright, friends. So, let's see. Oh, Rabbit, are you here? Do you have a JSON file for this? I think the backspace is not programmed, but it's okay. Actually, you know what? I'll do it myself here. I don't have a JSON for it, but I think I can do this. It's on my website. Oh, it's on the website. Oh, okay. I'll get it from there then. I'll get it from there. It's fine. So I think right now it's programmed like this. Download. Okay. Oh, Cloudnine. Here it is. Found it. Thank you. MX JSON. I didn't have this, I think. So Flash JSON files via and load the definition thingy, and you can see it on, if you want to see it on the screen. So loaded it up, layouts, so we have split backspace, HHKB, oh, it actually disappears. That's pretty nice. So I'm on Windows right now, so I'm gonna do it the way I do it. Left win, left alt, right win. That's gonna be backspace. That's gonna be tilde. And then I want, yeah, sure, that's okay. And then I'm gonna want arrow keys here, left, right, down, and then I do home, page up, and page down. Sometimes I put print screen here if you want. Caps lock on the tab, just like HKB. Everything else is pretty much fine. So that should be good. All right, I think that's good. Okay. So there it is. All right, let's get going. Shoness at everyone. Please use the JSON file below. Thank you. Thanks, Shoness. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. This is the Machina Cloudnine R2. This is the Grand Machina all copper version, weighing at over 7 pounds. Wait, did I say 7 pounds? Yeah, wait, yeah, 7 pounds. Pretty heavy, heavier than a TKL, that's some people say. And this is currently built with MX brown switches, MX2A brown switches, loop with 205G0 with some 62 gram Swackey's Chewy springs and Swackey's films. We have them on a PI plate, or Altum for the proprietary name of that, and we have no foam in the case, and we currently have some GMK Copper on the Keycaps. Ooh. Ooh, why is my caps lock on for whatever reason? Caps lock is off. Okay. Huh. Okay. All right. Let's get it. Wow. My initial impressions right away, just to say, it was like in my head as I was typing, is first of all, it is resonant, but it's not like bad resonant as I expected it to be. Number one. Number two, it's not as thuddy, like thumpy on the desk as I thought it was going to be. Because typically with designs like these, where you have a completely flat bottom with, corner bump-ons, these guys tend to pretty much sink into these desk mats because they're very heavy too. So I expected the vibration to kind of just fully travel into the desk and kind of get caught by the mic, and you kind of hear a ton of this like desk sound. So I expected that to happen, which I don't think it really did. So that was nice. It doesn't really have that like thumpy desk only sound that you hear from a lot of these boards. Pretty good. Third, I really like the weighting on the tap holes for this particular plate. It's like soft from the plate itself, but the tap holes kind of hold up nicely in giving it some amount of rigidity, but it's a fairly comfortable typing experience. This is tap hole top mount, essentially tap hole mount. But we put the 70A yellow tap holes in there, and they feel quite nice with this plastic plate. So pretty good. So let's go through the mods now, just to kind of walk through each thing. Alphas. What the heck? These MX Browns sound so good. These are definitely one of the better batches that I've personally lubed. And these are not for me actually. These switches are going to go to back to like with the build, but the lubing on these switches is really good. Really nice batch of switches. They feel perfectly smooth, but it retained a lot of the character from the MX Brown. So very nice and consistent. So this batch came out really nice. Very nice and consistent. But yeah, definitely not that much resonance in this case, right? Like I don't really hear it from the modifiers, right? I don't really hear it like on the sides, even on the top row. and you hear a little bit on the space bar, you know. It's the most prone location. You hear a little bit of the echoing in there, but honestly, it's you know, in normal typing, it's not that bad. Like, you know, if you're typing like you know, it's a nice sound. It's not as resonant, considering that it's a full copper case. So I'm personally kind of impressed. And I knew that this board sounded good from the previous round, but I didn't have like high expectations with you know, when it comes to like full stainless steel or full copper, full brass, that kind of stuff. I tend to think that it's kind of overt and unnecessary. So usually expect worse than better compared to their alu counterparts. But this is frankly very nice. So it's a very nice sound to it. But yeah, the choice of PI plate was a good one for this case. I think carbon fiber would also work nicely. Alu would also work nicely. But the PI plate in this particular, you know, build that we did today, which we, you know, did soldered up, so can't take these off and replace the switches into a different plate, but turned out pretty good. If you were to buy a C9, which setup would you buy? I did mention earlier, someone asked this question at the beginning. I was saying I would personally like silver and steel bottom, or titanium and brass. I think those two are probably the more iconic combos. Personally, I prefer 2HKB for this board. I think the design of the Cloudnine is like, it like really reaches its peak aesthetic in the 2HKB configuration. Like just like the subtle tapering on the sides, and it's like slightly curved on the side profile. I'll show this just in a bit. It looks better, I think, with the corner blockers. The roundedness is very close to, yes, Nine Walker I think was saying earlier that it's kind of close to what the actual HHKB looks like. It has this kind of like curvature, like the radius of the corners that kind of resembles that, and I think it just looks better with the blocker on. So yeah, personally it's silver and stainless steel, or titanium and brass. Those are my two favorite combos. Yeah, but yes, I think it looks great. So let me go ahead and turn the music back on, and let's go ahead and show it off here, the board now. We're done typing on it for a bit. So, you know, you can kind of see it all plugged in like this. So that's what it looks like, all plugged in, right? Da-da. So very nice. Black PVD stainless steel, I believe. Alex is building that on Wednesday, I believe. And here with the GMK Copper, right? So I'm gonna show the different facets of the board. So here you have, I'm gonna kind of like rotate it, move it around so you can see it in different angles. So you can see how, like, you know, it was sitting like here like this. So it looks, the copper looks pretty bright, but give it some shade and kind of gets a bit of a more like orange, brownish sort of hue to it, right? Like a more less of a burnt orange over here, like in this particular angle, right? And so, and then the side profile, right, looks like that. So as I said, it has this kind of slight curvature to the case, and so in my opinion, the blockers of the HKB style looks so nice with this particular design, more so than for Winkeyless or regular Winkey. It's just a nice design for the layout, I think. I do like the bezel proportions as well. See, so it's so heavy that the board kind of sinks into my hand here. The bump-ons are non-adhesive, so they can fall off. So just be mindful of that. But you know, it's very nice. Going to enjoy your keep stream with free McD food. Oh, nice. Enjoy the food. You know, and there it is. You can sort of see the PEI plate there. You can sort of see that, like the light is reflecting on it down there, right below the V and B. It's like amber, clear ambery choice there. Like there, you can see the reflection of the big light on the clear case. I do have some shiny keys from R1 Copper. That's why they're mixed up with R2, the Greek alphas. But yeah, it looks like that. But it's a good look. The design is very simplified and clean. Yeah. This artisan kind of floats a little bit. I think it's because I didn't like really push it all the way. But yeah. There is the back of the board, or rather the behind the. Yeah, I guess it is a back portion here. The USB port. I actually really like this intentional seam on the Cloudnine. So leads into the port nicely onto the center. It looks very good. Looks like the Orbit. Yeah, I mean they use the same design language. So yeah. So actually, I do have Orbit over here. I think I took the keycaps off a while back. I have this from the time that I built it. This is the one I have in raw. So it currently doesn't have the keycaps on them, but this is the unit. That's the Orbit that I built back then, the R1. That was the raw one with the long foot. Yeah. But yeah, same, you know, pretty much very similar design language, right? So you can see the similarity in the taper, the curvature, right? Like the design language is basically the same as the Orbit, right? Obviously with some changes, like minor, small changes here and there, but yeah. So you can sort of see that. But yeah, it's a clean design. This time with, you know, removable bump-ons, which cover the screws, which is a nice little touch, nice little engraving. The sort of like seams and the sort of fitment of the bottom piece and the top piece is like pretty much impeccably done. It's very, very nicely done. It's very, very good. So it's a very nice build. Have you been in a Chinese song mood as of late, Diego? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I very much so. It's inevitable. Can you spam the spacebar? Yeah, sure. More quietly. But yeah, it's a nice board, genuinely. Have I been on a Chinese song mood lately? The answer to that question is yes. Haha. Typing on my chat on the keyboard is very weird. Okay. Whew. But yeah, it does sound like a keyboard. It's a nice sound though. It's a pretty nice sound. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's a nice offering if you are keen on spending the extra couple $100. You know, the price range is, you know, pretty wide. It starts from the PC editions. It starts at $259, and then, you know, it goes up to, like, I think it was like $359 for the alu top and brass or copper bottom, $359 or $399, I think. Stainless steel is more expensive because of the machining and stuff, to about, like, I think about $490 or $489, something like that. And then, you know, E-Code, a little bit more expensive, like 20 more bucks. And then finally you get the Grand Machina versions, which are the full copper or the full black stainless steel versions. And those, you know, are $609 and $809 US dollars. So, you know, pretty expensive in terms of, like, just, you know, it is just a keyboard, and you know, you are spending on a, you know, it's a 60%, and it's relative to the size, and, you know, the material is expensive, of course, and the machining and all that, but, you know, you're spending a heavy chunk of money. But I think for what it's worth, I came in with much lower expectations of the board in terms of, like, how a full copper case would perform in this particular design, but I personally think it's definitely has outdone my expectations, so I think it sounds and feels pretty good. That was not a doubt. I knew that it sounded and felt nice, but I didn't know about the full copper experience. Alex is building a full stainless steel version. Alex Odos is building a full stainless steel version on Wednesday. I can check the stream schedule for you. He's building it on October 15th, my time. So New York or US East time at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's basically in, what is that? 4 hours prior to now, and then 2 days later. So it's a pretty big range. There's something for everyone for sure. Yeah. But it runs through several vendors. It will run through Novel Keys, through Geonworks, through Delta Keyco in EU, and through Machina for Australia and the rest of the world. NK, I'm retired from the hobby. Nice. Oh, retirement is good. Enjoy it. No VN vendor? Oh. Gotta ask, I don't know, who vendors a lot in Vietnam? But yeah, there it is. MOKB handles Machina GBs. Oh, okay, I see. Didn't know that. Not this time, I guess. Hopefully shipping is not bad. At least you guys don't have, we're gonna be adding 100% tariffs. So, at least you guys don't have that going on. So, so at least that's nice. For the folks who are outside of the US. Tariffs are painful for us. Yeah, for us. For the US. it's been getting worse. That situation. So it's okay. At least with Novel Keys, the good thing with that they are doing, kind of similar to other vendors like Divinity, is that what they're doing is, what you pay the store is, that's it. You know, you don't pay any more after that. Like, whatever it costs, the vendor takes care of duties and tariffs or whatever that's, you know, whatever the incoming cost of that is, and whatever you pay at the store at the moment of placing your order is all that you'll pay. So the vendor is taking responsibility for that, which is really nice on Novel Key's side. I know that Divinity is doing the same thing. They're basically doing DDP and having you know, them taking care of all of that on the for the customer's sake, and the customer doesn't have to worry about paying additional fees when they get the actual product much later on. So there's that. But of course, you will see rising prices for things, and that will definitely be, you know, kind of a deterrent for some things. But hopefully, you know, still somewhat accessible. But obviously, do not ever go beyond your means. You know, all that stuff. You know, be responsible. But it definitely makes it very difficult for everyone to run business and to kind of convince people to be in on things. But yeah, we're here now, and we have to deal with it. That orange man impression. You guys know that that Chinese guy from Chongqing, Trump by Ryan, I think he does a funny. He does the accent, but he promotes like Chongqing, like places and establishments and stuff. And it's pretty fun. So he pops up on my algo sometimes. So funny. I ordered try ordering the metallic novelty copper, $35, and it has 24 USD shipping from KD fans. Ah. Oh yeah, he blew up. Yeah. He's blown up quite a lot. Him and, like, you know, LC Sign Tony, right? Those guys. So Diego fully moved right now, or just some boxes laying around? Yeah, these are like stuff that we haven't managed to like organize into the right places. But yeah, technically settled in. Yeah. me. I'm getting blamed for the boxes. Naturally. I mean, of course it's my fault. It is my fault, actually. So yeah. I got some boxes to sort still. But yeah. Did I mess up by buying a PBT fans group buy and some other items in the same KD fans order? I don't know, but maybe, I mean, you could always ask customer support to see what they say, but I figure if they didn't prevent you from adding it to cart, it will be okay. That said, if you combined a pre-order, a group buy product, and an in-stock product, your in-stock thing is not shipping. Just FYI. Yeah. So if that's what you did, then you are out of luck, and you should probably tell them to see if they can split it for you. But if not, they might just be like, I guess we can refund you for the stuff that you don't get now, or, you know, whatever it is. Yeah, you might want to contact them if that's the case. If you meant to get in stock stuff now and then group buy stuff later, you should be paying for shipping separately for those. Yeah. Okay, I think I've covered everything, but if you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know. I think today's build worked out quite nicely, so I am kind of excited to take some pictures of this, my usual, but it's nonetheless. Do you do any gaming? I do like we play like Overwatch every so often. I still play like Genshin Impact sometimes. Not really caught up with it anymore. Occasionally we'll pick up like indie games. You know, I play like board games too outside. Used to play like tabletop sim with like friends to play board games online, but now that, you know, we just kind of get together, we just play in person. And then, yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll pick up new games every so often. Like I've been hearing about Battlefield and Borderlands and that kind of stuff, but haven't felt like paying full price for games. So I haven't bought a lot of new games because they always stay in the. That's when I realized, I was like, I think they just stay in the backlog, or like just like, you know, I never finished them, and then I'm like, why did I even buy it at full price when I could have waited? So I try to not buy a game until I know I'm like kind of ready to just dive deep into it. I'll play tabletop sim with you. Oh, we should. Board games are fun. Damn, did I miss a stream? Yeah, it's my favorite New Yorker. Oh, hi. Oh, favorite New Yorker. How nice of you. Stream is basically over, but I can type on this one last time, and then we can end it from there. I'll just type on this. I'm not gonna put the little window up. There's some fan noise here in the back because it's kind of warm in the room. But let me. Oh, didn't pause the music here. I'll try typing on here. Nice sound. But yes. Oh no, I like the sound of Cherry Mix Browns. Goated switch. Goated. So good. Great switch. Tremendous switch. Believe me. It's a great switch. I highly recommend them. But yes, some people were saying Swacky's films and Swacky springs are pretty nice, so I recently have been using those and they've been pretty sweet. I still do like my TX springs and films, but the Swacky stuff is also pretty nice. I was fine with them combining because PUT fans Lucy was supposedly shipping end of September. I'll contact support. Thanks for the help. Okay, yeah. Sounds good. Great as there ever was. All roads lead. Okay, look, all roads going. It's all the whole circle, right? The circle of life thing where it's like, oh, MX Brown's terrible. I had them in my Cooler Master Razor, blah blah blah. Keyboard OEM off the shelf. It sucked. The stabilizers were terrible. But then I discovered that you could lube your stabs, and that was amazing. And then I decided to take the sand out of my keyboard, which meant basically trashing those stupid MX Browns and getting my Gadron Milky Top yellow switch, which I lubed by hand meticulously. It took me like 7-8 hours, but it was totally worth it. My 65% sounded amazing. And then someone introduced you to long poles and introduce you to Holy Pandas or whatever, Boba U4T, yada yada. And then you go to full circle, and then you try your ECMX hybrids, and then whatever. And then someone's like, I just built with standard alu plate, Cherry MX Black, Cherry MX Brown, whatever, spring swap, lube, all the standard stuff, and it was good. And then guess what? If you come back to just good old Cherry MX switches, now you just know the know-hows. You know how to lube switches, you know how to not go overboard on things, you know what stabs to use, that kind of stuff. You have the nice keycaps. GAT switches are also pretty nice, right? Like just some good old regular full travel GATs, or if you like your long poles, that's cool. You can use your long poles. You can use if you're a Japanese horror writer, you can use Kale box whites, which are a great click bar switch. But if you like your clicky switches, you can still use those. But yeah, a lot of people do come back to Cherry MX stuff because they're simple, but I think in their stock form they do suck, to be honest. but once you mod them and do all the things, they do sound pretty nice. They do set a certain bar in a lot of boards, and obviously there's a lot for comparison because there's a lot of people posting about them. But yeah, disgusting clicky. No one talks about JWK now. Yeah, no one does, but I do still have some. Like the other time I built with, I was doing that Miku stream, and I have these Duroc JWK ones. These are the Everglide tourmaline clears or tourmaline green or whatever. They're such a nice color. These are actually pretty nice. Alpacas, I still have a bunch of those. I still like those. I still have some lavenders here and there. You know which ones I like also? Like from JWK stuff, I like the OP Blacks, Popus. Those are pretty good too. Yeah, those are solid as well. Do all HKB boards use a 6U spacebar? No. So I guess I would say generally a lot of them will use a 7U spacebar with symmetrical blockers, and this is what people call true HKB, which is 6U. And the reason 6U has become more popular is because there is like compatibility for them, like, you know, spacebar kits that include the centered 6U spacebar, kits that might have it in the base even, things like that. So more compatibility has led to more support for MX true HKB. Yeah. KS3 is my beloved. Yeah, those are good. Yeah, black bottom, milky top. Love me some Gateron Longjing T switches. I think I've seen those. I haven't tried them yet. Not made for that brown scratchiness. That's fair. Everyone, you know, everyone has their own thing. What if I never tried cherry switch before? Is there a point in trying them? Yeah, why not? Try them out. You never know if you like them. I think I think this is the thing. Everyone has subjective preferences, and people say they like certain things for certain reasons, right? And they kind of stick to those preferences too. And what harm is there for you to actually try and see what that, you know, to see what they're seeing, and then, you know, you can decide whether you like it or not. But it's worth a shot, I think. At least I did that a lot when I was like early on in the hobby. I like did try a lot of stuff and like ask people like, what do you like using? And I tried doing that, and then I was like, oh, maybe not so much my cup of tea. And then, like, for example, like Holy Pandas and like long pole stuff kind of like became more of the rage. I realized after a couple of builds that it was just not for me. But it's worth trying if you are willing to experiment. Meetups are the better way to do it without spending the extra money, ideally. But yeah, I think for me, yeah, long pole stuff is just too loud for me. A little too much. Also, why are you hiding the Mary C? Oh, I was just taking it off from so that it wouldn't show on the desk mat. But it's right here. It's like literally right here. Oh. Pull the cable. This is MX rounds too, actually. MX rounds and PBT dice ups. So some PBT caps. Actually, I took photos of this guy. I'll be posting little sound tests and photos of this, I think, on Wednesday. But yeah, is that your favorite Mary C you own? Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah. Dude, that Mary C and McLovin collab, yeah. PCB mount, pretty neat. Don't see that often. PCB only. Yeah, Cherry MX does require work. Yeah, the lubing and the filming of Cherry MX and the spring swapping is work for real. It's a lot of work. Went BCP a couple of years ago, never went back. That's fair. Those are good too. I mean, there was a guy who was building for who really liked doing he really liked doing MX Browns on everything and a BCP on the spacebar, and that sounded really nice. I think there is a typing sound video on my YouTube channel with a Lily, I think. That was his. That was MX Browns and the BCP on the bar, on the spacebar, and that was it's pretty good. It's really good. So yeah. A lot of people like that combo, for example. To get that extra punch from the long pole. Should I get Neo ADC or wait from Gion F1? Ooh, tough. The Neo ADC was honestly nice. F1 has a cleaner look, so it kind of depends. Aesthetically speaking, I think F1 is more of my preference. Also, people seem to kind of have a more confirmed, true and tried bias towards the F1. Like Gion's work is pretty solid. The Neo 80 honestly is great bang for the buck. Like, it's hard to beat the bang for the buck that the Neo boards are currently offering. It's just nothing out there beats a Jet 2 Holiday. Just sorry. But nothing beats the actual bang for the buck that they do provide. Like, the Neo boards really are super good for the price. So I like, people ask me like, oh, what entry level TKL should I get? I'm like, yeah, the Neo 80 stuff, or like, Neo 80, Neo 80C or whatever. The Neo boards, honestly, like whatever layout they have, it's pretty solid. There's a lot of other boards out there that come out, but still, it's hard not to recommend them to people who ask. Yeah. Only way to beat Neo is secondhand usually. Right. I mean, this is just like assuming you're buying them from the store. How about the sound profile? I mean, they sound good. They sound great. The thing about the Neo boards is also that they have a lot of customizability range. Like, you can do different mounting options, different plates and that kind of stuff. So it gives you a lot to experiment with. So if you're someone who is kind of like wants to walk your way through trying out a lot of different things, the Neo boards provide a platform for that, as opposed to some boards that have one mounting method, two mounting methods, right? But it, like, they are more limited in that aspect, right? But yeah, the Neo boards like do have a big platform for just trying out tons of options, and it's not that much effort because of the whole like poga pin connector, like making the ball catch system, whatever, for some of the boards. Some don't have that, sure, but yeah, like hot swap, etc. Yeah. F1 has more PCB compatibility though. That's kind of different consideration though, right? Yeah. Yeah. I feel like my spider's good enough. I don't need an F1. Then that's good. You don't need any of those things, but if you can afford and you want to support, just go for it. All right, I shall wrap things up now. It is now later, so let me wrap it up here, my friends. It was a pleasure. Let's see who is doing stuff here. Let's see who live. I see. Oh, Andy is streaming. I see Issy. I see. I don't think I see any more keyboard folks, right? What's Andy up to? Excited to try out this Keycall 265. Cool. Alright, I'll just shoot a raid over, but I'm probably not gonna stick around. I'll see you guys later. Let's go raid Andy. He did shoot a raid some time back. He doesn't stream much now, but you can shoot a raid. I don't mind. Oh, I have an exciting news for Topre keycap enthusiasts. I will be reviewing a sample set of the Ursa profile and Topre compatible keycap set pretty soon. I yet have to agree on a specific time to do the stream because it has to overlap with the time that works for the designer. He wants to just be there. But once that's settled, it should be happening pretty soon. I think that might be the next thing I do. And then towards the end of the month, I will also be working on the Nama 75% by Wuche Studio. And there was a board that was coming in, the Smoke 65, that was supposed to come in, but hasn't arrived. So pending on that, but that's some of the stuff that I'm going to be working on pretty soon. And I think the Chi 65 will, other people have also been building that one too. I think like Scoop Bar, Alex, Patty, Sterling, a bunch of people, right? So some of the upcoming stuff, but I think the next thing that I should be doing should be the Ursa keycap review. Basically, I'm just going to be bringing some of my Topper boards and just, fiddling around with them, putting them on, comparing to OEM, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you guys then, but I don't have a agreed time for that, but it'll be pretty soon. Just for the folks who are excited about Topre, I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't get into the pre-order for the Ursa stuff, so they reached out and offered for me to try it out, so I'm pretty excited to check it out. But yeah, that's on the exciting side for Topre stuff. So I'll see you all later, okay? Take care, my friends. Have a very good night and a good rest of your week. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. I use Topre for times like this. Bye. Bye-bye.